Dear parishioners and people of goodwill, hope you're alive and well at this time as I am. Anyway, I'll read from the scriptures of this week, a part of it anyway, which says in the Gospel of 26 year B from Mark's Gospel, Jesus says, "Anyone who gives you a cup of water to drink because you belong to Christ, amen, I say to you, will surely not lose their reward." Well, with that in mind, two of our greatest actors over the ages, Burt Lancaster and Paul Newman, took part in that rather remarkable movie, Ben-Hur. The house of Judah Ben-Hur was noble and wealthy. It sat in the heart of Jerusalem at the centre of Jewish life. Even though they were ruled by Rome, this Jewish family in Jerusalem knew what it was to have pride and privilege. However, through a series of mishaps, misfortunes and calamities, the house of Judah Ben-Hur collapsed. His mother and his sister were sent to the dungeons, where they eventually contracted leprosy. Judah Ben-Hur himself, played in the famous film by Charlton Heston, was condemned to serve as a slave in the Roman warship galleys. Chained to fellow prisoners, Ben-Hur was forcibly marched to his doom, even though he possessed the figure and the strength of an Olympic athlete. On the way in the journey, though, to working on the ships, the Roman officer ordered a quick rest at a Jewish village after they'd been trampling as slaves through the desert. Lo and behold, a local man, quiet and strong, gave a cup of cold water to the tired and exhausted prisoner. My eyes still well up with tears as I remember the scene. Ben-Hur looked up to see who was being kind to him, who was giving him this cup of water out of the blue. Judah Ben-Hur found himself looking up and gazing into the eyes of Jesus of Nazareth. This moment stayed with him forever. He never forgot the kindness, the cup of water, nor the face of the man, Jesus of Nazareth, who gave it to him. Years later, when Ben-Hur was restored to life, honour and position, he returned to Jerusalem and to his old family house. Unbelievably, one day, a noisy procession passed in the street as a man was jostled and pushed along to his public execution, carrying a cross. Filled with compassion for a prisoner so condemned, Ben-Hur moved forward to help and lift this fallen man. Their eyes met, and once again Judah Ben-Hur looked into the eyes of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. The helper had become the victim. Incredibly, as Jesus passed by his way to Calvary, his shadow fell across two leper women in the crowd, the very mother and sister of Judah Ben-Hur. And they were healed that instant in their disease of leprosy. In those powerful scenes, we see Jesus' words played out. If anyone gives you a cup of water to drink, they will most certainly not lose their reward. Indeed, the presence of Jesus Christ is a healing presence. The kindness of Ben-Hur in running to help a fallen man was rewarded immediately in the healing of his family. This drama portrays an everlasting truth. Every good deed, even the least, will be remembered and rewarded. God is faithful and God is generous. Anyone who gives you a cup of water to drink because you belong to Christ, amen, I say to you, will surely not lose their reward. Amen.